2016 Shittiest Account on Twitter Tournament, Road to the Fuckboy 4 Selection Special. Brought to you by Shakeology, definitely not a pyramid scheme. By Gay Hooters, home of the world-famous Benghazi wings. And by GoFundMe. Don't want to work? Start a GoFundMe. GoFundMe.
Welcome everyone to the 2016 Shittiest Account on Twitter Tournament, Road to the Fuckboy 4 Selection Special. I'm host Greg Gumbel, and with me, as always, is analyst Hall of Fame coach John Thompson. Well, Coach Thompson, it's year 3 of the Shit Account Tourney, and boy, we have a lineup of shitty accounts waiting for our viewers.
Yes, Greg, this year with the election and all sorts of other things that have unfortunately happened in 2016, we have no doubt the strongest field in the history of this tournament.
Okay, Coach, well, I'm very excited to check out these brackets. How about you?
You're damn right I'm excited. I've been waiting all year for this. Let's look at the brackets.
Okay, first we'll start off with the recap of the first ever Shit Account Tourney fan vote-in. We had 4 shitty accounts, and the followers voted 2 of these accounts in, and they will be Michael Ian Black and Baked Alaska. Coach, what do you think?
Well, I'm not particularly surprised here. I mean, Michael Ian Black has been making woke political tweets for the last, since the election, and is generally just a shitty account. And Baked Alaska is kind of the new Nero type, if you will. Tony Stewart made a valiant effort, but that was kind of like a 2015 thing, and I think that people were kind of sick of that whole Tony Stewart bit. Charlie Daniels, just too old to get in.
Alright, Coach, and then here we go with the Shit In matchups, which will be able to be voted on this Friday. On the first matchup, we have Dory versus Baked Alaska. Second matchup is Itza Talia versus Lana. The third matchup features 2 shitty sports accounts, Barstool Big Cat and Zach Hampel, and the fourth matchup is Blues Traveler versus Michael Ian Black.
Yeah, well, I think the premier matchup here is Barstool Big Cat versus Zach Hampel, the foul ball douche. But don't discredit Blues Traveler, who has been here 3 consecutive years. Also, we must mention that the honorary number 69 seed goes to Milo Yinabla.
And now for the meat of the bracket. We start out with the head-ass region. Number 1 overall seed is Arthur Chu. He'll be taking on the Shit-In Match 1, which pits Dory against Baked Alaska. The 8-9 matchup is Chief Elk versus Real Alex Jones. 4-13 is veteran Will McAvoy ACN against Chris Cluey. Number 5 is Driving against Drill. The third seed is Matty Glacius, and he'll be playing CJ Whirlman. 6-11 features Crying Jordan and Matty Chapman. The 7th seed is Al Giordano, and he'll be taking on number 10, Nira Tandon, and number 2, Oh No She Twidn't, faces off against Kin Cannon Show. Coach, what do you think of this head-ass region?
Well, excuse me, but it's pretty obvious at the top of the bracket. You've got the number 1 seed in this tournament, Arthur Chu. And along the way, he'll have to match up against some tough matchups. But I really look at the bottom of this bracket with Al Giordano, with Matt Chapman, Oh No She Twidn't, and Matt Iglesias. Those are very strong shitty accounts. I look to see a bloodbath here in the bottom of the bracket.
Okay, Coach, let's move over to the other side of the bracket and the Cuck region, where we find Cernovich at the top of the bracket with the number 1 seed. He'll be taking on Shit in Match 3 Victor, which pits Barstool Big Cat against Zach Hampel. The 8-9 matchup is a tough one with Ben Shapiro taking on Scott Baio. Michael Tracy gets the 4 seed and he'll take on Prison Planet. Nick Mullen and Shanley face off in a duel in the 5-12 matchup. In the 3 spot we have racist sportscaster Clay Travis against Bill Crystal. Number 6 seed goes to veteran Cloyd Rivers against racist bitch Andy I Am Who I Am. In the 7 spot we have another 3-year veteran Darren Ravel, and he'll be taking on Jill Filipovich. And the 2 seed in this bracket goes to Walsh Freeman, and he'll be taking on Real James Woods. Coach, what do you think about this Cuck region?
Well, Greg, this region is packed full of veterans, 5 to be exact, that have been here 3 consecutive years. You've got Cernovich, you got Ben Shapiro, you've got Cloyd Rivers, you've got Darren Rovell, and you've got Real James Woods. All 5 of them have been here 3 straight years. I look at, however, Greg, I look at Michael Tracy in the 4 spot. I think he's primed to do some damage. Shanley at the 12 spot could cause some upsets. And Walsh Freedom has having a very strong year, particularly as of late. It's a very loaded bracket. And I look forward to seeing who, if any, of these veterans can make it through the Cuck region.
Okay, and now we shift down to the Patreon region, where number 1 seed is Peter Dow. He'll be taking on the winner of the Blues Traveler Michael Ian Black match. The 8th seed goes to PETA, and they will be facing off against Matt Walsh Blog, another veteran. Number 4 seed goes to Brianna Wu, and she will be in a cat fight against Sarah Kenzior. Patton Oswald gets the 5 seed against woke actor Matt McGorry. Sadie Doyle with the 3 seed against scientist Neil deGrasse Tyson. Amanda Marcotte gets the 6 seed and Nate Silver 538 with the 11. Mark Dice with the 7 seed faces off against Devin CF. And in the very bottom of the bracket we have Clara Jeffrey against Mitchell VII. Coach, what do you think of this bracket?
Well, Greg, this is probably the lightest of the brackets, but you do have very many good, and by good I mean shitty, accounts here. Just look at this 4 versus 13 matchup between Brianna Wu and Sarah Kenzior. And, Peter Dow is very, very shitty in his own right, but he might have to play Peter in the 2nd round. Down at the bottom half of the bracket, you've got Sadie Doyle, a very strong contender for the Fuckboy 4. And at the bottom, you've got Clara Jeffrey. Now that is one woke head ass. Very strong bracket, maybe the easiest, but we will see what happens, Greg.
Okay, Coach, and now we move over to the final bracket, which is called the Spirit Cooking region. And first seed goes to Scott Adams Says, the Dilbert guy. And he'll be taking on the winner of the shit-in matchup between It's Italia and Lana. 8-9 seed is a sports duel between failed sports show guy Bill Simmons and shitty sports show guy Real Skip Bayless. Number 4 seed features Steven Crowder against shitty band Smash Mouth. 5 seed goes to annoying sports guy Marlins Man. He'll be playing Kurt Eichenwald. Number 3 seed is Lena Dunham versus Jason Whitlock at the 14 spot. The 6th seed goes to Amy Schumer, and she will be facing off against really shitty account Johnny Sun at the 11 seed. Number 7 versus 10 is 2 horrible sports accounts once again, with Fake Sports Center taking on Baseball Crank. And speaking of shitty sports accounts, down at the bottom we have Garrick 38, Kurt Schilling versus Uncle Chaps of Barstool. Coach, what do you think?
Well, Greg, I think I may have spoke too soon about that Patreon region, because I think this may be the weaker of all of the 4 regions. You've got Dilbert guy up top. That's pretty strong. You've got Bill Simmons is also very strong. Steven Crowder. But there's nothing here that really stands out. Maybe Kurt Schilling down at the bottom. Or perhaps Lena Dunham, who was very instrumental in being a shitty spokesperson for Hillary Clinton's failed campaign. You may also lump in Amy Schumer in the group. When it's all said and done, though, I think from top to bottom, this is probably the weakest of all 4 of the regions.
Okay, Coach. Well, great analysis on the bracket as per usual. And now we're at our Bubbles Pop segment where we look at 8 shitty accounts that just did not make the cut. Coach, you're the expert and the analyst here. I'm going to let you take over.
Okay, Greg, well, you said it. These counts are all 8 of them are very shitty. But they're lacking something. And let's take a look at what that is. Now, FanSince09 is a very shitty account. There's only so many shitty memes you can take. Maybe not enough followers to get into this tournament. Maybe not relevant enough. But what I really think is this account did not make enough Islamophobic Rachel Corrie steamroller jokes this year. We go down to ICP Chad. Now, ICP Chad is a very, very strong, shitty account. But the thing is, he's blocked everyone on the internet. Everyone. So no one can see his shitty account. He's been a number 2 seed for the last 2 years, but I am happy that the committee left him out. Next we go down to Cher. Now Cher, yes, very shitty account. Very shitty, very crazy, but I think people just kind of feel sorry for her. The bottom here, Richard Dawkins, this surprises me a little bit, but not a lot, because I think the atheist bit is getting old, and I think people just don't care for it anymore. We go up to Gavin McInnes here, and this is just another generic right-wing, shitty, shock jock type of guy. We've got enough of those motherfuckers already. And now we go down to Onision, who was a favorite of last year, jumping in for Politibunny after she deactivated her account. No one really cares about this guy anymore. He's a YouTube guy. I don't really think people care about Vine artists or YouTube personalities at this point in time. One Matt Forney is simple. He got his shitty account suspended again, and now he's got an account that is under 1K follows. And finally, Big Head Sports. Does anyone really give a shit about this guy? I know I don't.
Okay, Coach, as we wrap this up, let's go through your award-winning picks here. You seem to be pretty much on the mark every year. Let's see what you have this year.
Oh, thanks, Greg. That's very nice of you to say. Well, let's start out in the head-ass region. I've got Al Giordano advancing as a 7th seed to the Excrement 8, and he will be taken down by Arthur Chu, who makes it to the Fuckboy 4. Down below in the Spirit Cooking region, I've got Lena Dunham off that Hillary Clinton failure getting to the Fuckboy 4. In the Cuck region, Michael Tracy just too strong for Cernovich, and Walsh as well. I've got Walsh going. He still hasn't paid that child support. And in the Patreon region, I've got Brianna Wu versus Sadie Doyle. Sadie Doyle advancing very, very narrowly. In the final, I got Chu versus Doyle, and I got Chu as the shittiest account of 2016.
Okay, well that does it for our show, folks. Thanks for joining us, and remember, yes you, control the results via Twitter polls feature. The voting starts Friday, December 2nd at noon Eastern Standard Time, then will occur every other day. The 2016 Shittiest Account on Twitter will wrap up on Friday, December 23rd when we crown our new Shitty Champion. Good night, everybody!